Welcome back to the channel. So this is chapter 3 of build a REST API with Golang. So in the last two chapters we have created a simple server and a data layer. So in this particular chapter we are going to test that data layer if all the functions are working fine or not. So to test those functions we are going to use the inbuilt testing library by Golang. So let's get started. Let's create a test file main underscore test.go. So in Golang, all the test files require underscore test.go in their file naming convention. And to define a test, we have to use the test keyword, and after that the test name. So our test name going to be test person create person, and for particular this particular thing, we are using this testing library, testing and .t. So how we are going to do? So we'll first simply call our create person, and we'll just pass the name as Mendo from Mandalorian and the age as 34. And this particular create person will return ID. So as we know, like we have set our ID as 0 during init. So what we are expecting is 1. So let's just get it like data layer. That is our map, and we are just checking if id equals to 1, and if data layer has certain data in it, and if it has the name, if it has the data, then does it has the name and age field or not. So name must be equals to Mando, and the age must be equals to 34. And if all the required fields are correct, then we can say like, okay, our person is created successfully, so we'll just log it like person created successfully, and then we'll just return. And if there is any error, and if any of the if condition failed, then we'll know like, okay, this create person failed. So that time we'll just log the error and all the other fields like create person failed, and what is the id, the person, okay, and the data layer, like what is the data saved in it. So let's just now test it. So to test it, we are going to use a go test keyword. So open your terminal. So we are going to use the VS Code terminal. Okay, so for this you can simply use Control J or Command J. Then go test. Then in which directory? So current directory. So for current directory you can give dot, and dash V is a short flag for verbose. So if you have uh, any logs like the way we have added t.log, so to paste those things or to see those logs, we have to pass this verbose flag. So dash v is short form for verbose. So as we can see, data layer is initiated, and test create person ran successfully, and its completion time is 0.724 seconds. So here what we are doing is like, we'll call the read person with the id 1, and as we already created the create person just above, so we are just using that data layer. So if read person returns Mando and age 34, then we are good. So and if it returns any error, so that time we'll just log it like t dot error, read person error. So that will mean like, okay, the test case fail. And if there is no error, then we'll just check the condition. If the name is Mando, age is if name is not Mando and age is not 34, then we'll know like, okay, it is an invalid person and the test case fails. And if both the if condition fails, then we'll know the read person is succeeded. The reason we have to use the return keyword here is because this testing library is very basic, and it don't do much things. So even if we get any error or if we even log something, it continues the execution. So for those things, we have to either use return, or if in case of error, we can use the fail now or fatal to just stop the execution there and then and there. On test update person, and to update the person we have to pass two things. First is the id of the person, and second is the updated object. So in this we are just incrementing the age by 35, sorry, to 35. and if there is any error while updating it, that time we'll just log it. And if there is no error, then we'll just check if in the data layer if it updated properly or not. So suppose if we don't get the Mando name is not equals to Mando and age is not equals to 35, then we'll know our update failed, and we'll just return the error. And if suppose both the condition fail, then we'll know like, okay, update person successful. So the last test case is the delete test case. So it is very straightforward. We'll just call delete person with our ID 1, and then we'll just check if there is any error. No error, then we'll just check in the data layer if that object still exists or not. So we'll just check if that particular object is there or not. So if it is not there, then it means like our test case succeeded. But as you can see in the line number 60, we are checking for the true condition. So if data is there, it means our delete operation failed. So that time we'll just log the error like delete failed, and that means like our test case failed. So now just let's run it. uh, Let me just save it. Yep, we are good. So as you can see, all our test cases pass. Test create person, test read person, run, pass, and update and delete person. I hope you like this lecture. I'll see you in the next lecture, where we are going to create the APIs for this data layer.